Chioma Davido Adeleke finally surrenders her life to God. Wow, lots of fans can't actually wait because, the beautiful Chioma Davido Adeleke, she actually met her heartthrob for years now. They both have been together for years, quite when they were younger, and they have been through thick and thin together. Chioma is known to be more on the, introvert side. You barely hear her voice coming out to, make some noise on the media. It's actually not her thing. But Chioma is known for one thing that is sure, her excellent cook. Actually, most people believe that this is the thing that got her connected to Davido, her performance in the kitchen, that she is very skilled with cooking and healthy feeding. You know what they say, food, a good food, what the man eats is actually what they know, and that's what they go for. So, but she is a good choice. If you ask me, and if you ask her fellow fans, these two, like I said earlier, have been through thick and thin. Davido is actually known for, apart from his exceptional musical career as a Nigerian music award winner, he has won several awards several times, and he's also known for his what you would call promiscuity, in the sense that he's one guy that sometimes you just wonder, does he really take his life seriously? When a guy is going about meeting different women in different areas wherever he has to deliver his songs or perform, concerts, he meets women without any form of protection. They just like cashing on him, they take in and they deliver babies with all that's going on, with all the STDs, with everything you can think of. The guy just goes in there and have lots of baby mamas. Like when you have more than three baby mamas, no, it's a no. This is an area that Davido has to really work on. If he has chosen his heart's trope, whom we know to be Chioma, and finally, thank God they are now married. So these two, like I said earlier, have been through thick and thin together. Somehow they keep finding their ways together, coming back. They've had breakups. They kept coming back because of that love that actually bind these people together. Now, what we have been seeing recently is that Davido, for almost every year now, loses someone special in his life in form of friends or relative or someone, just someone. But it's not entirely so new, but it's so focused and publicized because he is a celebrity, And just this year, he lost his precious son that his beautiful wife, Chioma, begot for him 3 years ago. Now, something remarkable about the death of this child was that it was foreseen before it happened. People saw a particular pastor or prophet, whatever name he chose to go by, Sam the Seer, when I saw his write up, he wrote the actual date. As the boy Ifanya Deliki clocked 2 years, Sam this year wished him happy birthday and said, he is seeing a cloud around you. By this time, as you're celebrating your 3-year-old birthday, that you are going to be struggling with water and you might not make it, that he sees it. He was so, like, the prophecy, what he saw, the revelation was so clear that nothing was missing, and that he prays for you, you would, make it, let the Lord guide him. But unfortunately, exactly the time this year, from 2021 to 2022, the exact prophecy happened, manifested, and the child Ifanya Delicate passed away, which was so hurtful to everyone that encountered that news, because you know how hurting it is, the death of anyone, be it a child or an adult. Like it's, if it's death, you just can't compare that hurt. So this happened, and people were wondering the more, especially when the family said, how is it possible that the little child should just walk out into the pool? If you saw the video, it's so heartbreaking. He got his shoes ready. He even wore his lifeguard. Oh my goodness. He wore his lifeguard and then he sat down into the pool. He tried to swim, and then the lifeguard actually slipped off when he somersaulted. The head was upside down and he struggled. Now, the thing is, there were more than almost 15 people in the compound, and nobody noticed anything. The boy struggled without help until finally passing away. Now, this left the family broken, and condolences were sent across to them from every nook and cranny. Here is the beautiful boy. So, the passing away was just so heartbreaking. It's such a pity. And now, the same Sam the seer comes up telling Chioma that God wants to use you. God is interested in you. There's a role for you to play. It's not just about following Davido here and there. Of course, you have to follow your man. You have to be his right-sided person. But that there's a role you got to play in the Christendom. You got to bring on faith topic. You got to work for God. God is interested in her life and, in her person, being that she's a good person. And, the name Chioma is actually a good God. Chioma is an Igbo name meaning a good God. Chioma, So the psalm this year is saying that she's got to obey God's call. She got to be mindful of her friends. And we know that it's not just that he's saying it because he's a prophet. Most times, friends that you keep, you get trapped through these friends. You barely find a good friend these days. Like, they are rare gem. It's rare to come by a good friend who's going to hold your hands and be truthful to you and mean well for you and have your interest at heart. So listen to this, leave me your comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Do you think he made sense, or do you think, he did it? People wonder if you saw this. So why were you not able to avert the whole thing? Why did you let it happen? But you don't just avert without the consent of the parents. I felt like had they paid much attention or a little more attention, maybe they could have salvaged the whole thing. We gotta be mindful of our friends, not just Chioma, everyone, Okay, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, like I said. Leave me your comments. What do you think? And how would you feel that Chioma becomes a born again? Congratulations, Chioma.
You are surrounded with friends. You are surrounded with hypocrites. So many hypocrites. Can I say it to you? Chioma, 90% of all your friends, you see all those girls, 90%, I am telling you as a prophet, there are two names, two people with evidence, conclusive evidence. You must be very careful. There are two girls whispering things in your ears that you must be careful. In fact, let me be very honest with you, Chioma. All these girls you are calling friends, close the chapter of them. Remove them. Those are not friends. There are people trying to put you to do things that is not good. God has already given you a man that will bring light to your life. He has brought light to your family. Stick to it. Don't add anything. Don't add anything like any prayer or spiritual thing. Don't do it. Because somebody wants to introduce you to something that will backfire on you. And if it happens, they will hold this innocent man. And as a matter of fact, the other why of that fulfillment of prophecy, which I say you are halfly involved in that why. Because if anything happens to you, they are going to attack David and he will lose his glory. Chioma, be careful. I am praying for you, Chioma. Anybody that wants to introduce you into witchcraft or fetish thing, I know it is not from your heart. This girl has a good heart. Chioma has a good heart. Chioma has a good spirit. Chioma has a good spirit. But you know, when people are under distress, when people are under distress, when people are under pressure, they will push them to the wall to do this thing. Don't listen to them. I will have a word with you. Don't listen to them. 90% of them around you, they are agents of the devil. These are the same people that are saying I should keep quiet. These are the same people that are countering my prophecy. These are the same people that are advising you. You know what happened in London? Chioma, I'm not going to say. You know what happened in London earlier this year. You know what happened in London earlier this year. Don't allow it to repeat itself. It's a warning. God is trying to prevent you. There is an assignment God is calling you to do among women. There is an assignment God is telling you to do in the life of David. You are going to rise like a mother he never had. Don't listen to them. You know what? As a son, you know I'm a prophet. I'm not going to go direct, but you know something happened in London this year. It is a warning. Don't listen to these people. There are fetish people. There are occultic people. There are ladies who are ready to destroy you. They don't have any sympathy for you. These are people you send money to. These are people you give them food. These are people you are dashing clothes. These are men. There are men and women around them. And you know one of them I'm talking about is very close as a friend to David. Don't listen to them. I am praying for you, Chioma. Chioma, that surgery is cancelled. Anything that will lead to surgery next year, don't go into it. Don't do anything like surgery. Don't do anything like surgery. That is where they will attack you. Don't do anything like surgery. Don't go for any surgery. Don't do it, whether minor or major. Don't do any surgery. Don't do any surgery. That is where they will come. That is where they will come. Don't do any surgery. Don't do any surgery, Chioma. Don't do any surgery. Forget about those things. Focus on your marriage. Focus. As you are. Don't listen to these girls. You know who I'm talking about. Don't listen to them, Chioma. I will have a word with you soon. Maybe this weekend or next week. Are you getting what I'm saying here? For those of you who are saying, why not be careful? Chioma, you are surrounded with friends. You are surrounded with hypocrites. So many hypocrites. Can I say it to you? Chioma, 90% of all your friends, you see all those girls, 90%, I am telling you as a prophet, there are two names, two people with evidence, conclusive evidence. You must be very careful. There are two girls whispering things in your ears that you must be careful. In fact, let me be very honest with you, Chioma. All these girls you are calling friends, close the chapter of them. Remove them. Those are not friends. There are people trying to put you to do things that is not good. God has already given you a man that will bring light to your life. He has brought light to your family. Stick to it. Don't add anything. Don't add anything like any prayer or spiritual thing. Don't do it. Because somebody wants to introduce you to something that will backfire on you. And if it happens, they will hold this innocent man. And as a matter of fact, the other why of that fulfillment of prophecy, which I say you are halfly involved in that why. Because if anything happens to you, they are going to attack David and he will lose his glory. Chioma, be careful. I am praying for you, Chioma. Anybody that wants to introduce you into witchcraft or fetish thing, I know it is not from your heart. This girl has a good heart. Chioma has a good heart. Chioma has a good spirit. Chioma has a good spirit. But you know, when people are under distress, when people are under pressure, they will push them to the wall to do this thing. Don't listen to them. I will have a word with you. Don't listen to them. 90% of them around you, they are agents of the devil. These are the same people that are saying I should keep quiet. These are the same people that are countering my prophecy. These are the same people that are advising you. You know what happened in London? Chioma, I'm not going to say. You know what happened in London earlier this year. You know what happened in London.